Hi, my name is Bukola. I'm in my 40s. I met Abayomi on True Flutter.
Hi, my name is Yomi. I'm in my 40s too, and I met Bukola on True Flutter.
I'm a single mom. I have two teenage girls. One of them is in university, the other one is in secondary school. Believe me, they're a handful. I've been divorced for 7 years, and I've been alone all that time. Met a few people, maybe distance, travel, something just doesn't work out between us. So I went on Instagram one day and I saw this ad with Kunle Remy for True Flutter, and I said, oh, well, he's always someone I've always admired. So let me just try it out. And I filled in the profile, which is pretty easy to do. And the next thing I knew, I had like 100 hits. I was like, what is going on? One day I just saw Abayomi's profile. I heard his voice, and the rest we say is history. Bukola is, first word, strong. I always come across as a very, very strong personality. I work in marketing communications, so I've always been management level in my office. So I think to a certain level, I scare people off. Guys, they're kind of afraid to talk to me.
I don't know who she's been with, but for me, she's just my big baby, always seeking attention.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a very strong person. Very strong. I'm very strong. A strong person. My kids and I are like the best of friends, and we hang out all the time. So with my kids, I'm playful. I am the big sister, not the mommy. We share chores in the house. We cook, we play, we laugh. So doing this was like a big step for me because I was really afraid to bring someone into that mix, and that will like scatter it. You don't want to like make the kids uncomfortable. Yomi and I got married on February 14th, Valentine's Day this year. Before that could have happened, we had to go through the process of meeting the kids. My girls are very important to me, so they had to like him and accept him. And he was like the sweetest person. He actually asked them for permission to ask me to marry him. So they knew he was going to ask me long before I knew he was going to ask me. That was really, really key for me.
Before I met her, I was actually in a relationship where my ex was, I don't know the word to use, she said I was too nice for her liking. I was like, wow, okay. And she moved on, even though I wasn't ready to move on. On meeting Bukola on True Flutter, we got chatting. I became someone that, how would I put it now? Someone that I became very reserved. I hardly had a lot of friends and everything after my relationship and all that. But with her, I found out that I could open up, we could talk about things. We were always laughing. We found it difficult getting off the phone once we were on the phone and everything, always chatting or making calls. The day she decided, okay, let's finally meet, I was on my bad side at that moment in time, and honestly, I didn't want to go and meet her and all that. She just came to me as someone that I just had to meet. So I met her at an ice cream parlor. We had some ice cream, we laughed, we talked. It was nice. And I wanted to meet her again. So when we were leaving the ice cream parlor, I remember that we got into her car because I didn't bring my car. I had an accident with my car, so my car wasn't available at the moment. So she decided to drop me off, and at the point of getting to my drop-off point, she leaned over and kissed me. I was shocked at first. But I didn't say anything, and the next thing she went was, wow. I was taken aback and I looked at her and I was like, okay, wow, what? So I leaned in and I kissed her again. And then she just went, because she was holding the steering like this, and she went, damn, 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 damn. So I told her that, look, we'll see again, but I have to go home because it was getting rather late. And she was like, okay. And since then, we've been together, always playing. The kids are always like, Uncle Yomi, what are you doing for us today? When are we going out? What are you buying for us? Especially the youngest. She can be, what would I call her? A teddy bear sometimes. So that's how it has been. And well, like she said, February this year, we decided to go to the registry and make it official. No matter the situation I am in, whether I'm sad, once she smiles, it just makes my day.
Outside the house, we have a small area that's like set up in the garden. So every evening, we take a walk, we leave the house, we leave the kids, we leave whatever noise is in the house. We just go and sit down outside and talk about what we want to do in the future. And that's where we have our arguments, because we do have arguments. We don't argue in front of the kids. That's something we both agreed very strongly at the beginning, because even if we're having issues, they don't know. They might sense it, but we go outside, we talk, and we angry at each other. We never go to bed angry at each other. So we always make sure that we go together.
She's my best friend. She's someone who knows how to pick me up when I'm down, and she gives me this spark to do more. No matter how tired I might be, she keeps pushing me that yes, you can do more, you can do this. And I like that about her.
Okay, in the Bible they always tell you that Eve was Adam's missing rib. So I think I found where I came from with Yomi. He's my soulmate. I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. I thought I would have to compromise and manage, or just have these relationships that just satisfy you for just a bit of time, and then everybody moves on, and then you have another one, and then you move on. But meeting Yomi, it's like I still wake up in the night and look at him, and I'm like, wow, he's really here. I didn't just dream this. So Yomi is my soulmate. True Flutter, and I won't lie, I'd seen a lot of apps, but most of them were hookup apps. But with True Flutter, I found out that most people went there with a purpose. In fact, just hearing about Yomi and I, a lot of people have downloaded True Flutter because I said that's where we met, he said that's where we met. I was like, wow, no. So you can find real, genuine people on True Flutter that really, really, really want something meaningful. And it's a very good place to start.